police and your dispensation, with no plan for permanent compensation. Our politics has become the drive on poor African crucifixion.
Hello, greetings and welcome to earGROUND on the ground. And today we're in Glen-View. We visited one of the veteran musicians in Zimbabwe. He has been making music for so many years and he continues to produce some amazing music. And he's one artist who has even made some international tours. And today we're going to be speaking more about his career, his journey, and what he's up to. His name is Manikongo. So stay tuned, we're coming back right after this.
They got a big man to talk about to listen, they got no ears.
Welcome to earGROUND. Could you just tell us like who's Manikongo and when did you start in music and stuff?
Yeah, blessed love, earGROUND, much respect. My name is Manikongo, but my real name is Confidence Ruvimbo Nyajinha. I'm an artist, a multiple discipline artist, should I say. I'm a poet, singer, songwriter, and I also did some acting some time back, but it's still in my blood. But currently I'm concentrating on doing reggae music. I write my own songs, but I've got other people who produce my music.
Wow. Take us through your journey. You've been doing music since, like, I think the 90s.
Yeah, it is.
Early 2000s, around there. Like, how has been your journey? What are some of the things that you've done?
The journey has been full of ups and downs, but still keep on soldiering on. So I started music. Before I started music, I was doing mainly poetry. So poetry, I say, is one that really elevated me to get to another level in order to explore, to where I am for me to get recognition. So I started poetry like 97, 98. So I used to go and perform at the book cafe. And so fortunately, that's when I met some people that said that you must come to a symposium that was happening in Portland, at the Portland State University. And then I had to go and work with Chisam Theatre Arts in Chitumuza. So I had to leave this place and go to Chitumuza for almost 1.5 years staying with some theatre practitioners there. So that's where I ended up learning how to act, and so that I could incorporate the poetry into their piece that they were doing, because they were supposed to just go and do something that was going to play on gender. Yeah. So when I went there, then I discovered, instead of just doing my poetry, why don't I include dance, traditional dances, and also acting. Yeah, so I did a lot with the guys. They taught me a lot, like Peter, the late March, and he really taught me good. Then I went to the States. That was the first time I went to the States. I was in Portland. We performed a lot on TV and all over in Portland and Lewis and Clark University, and then we performed at all schools. It was like a 2-hour program where there was poetry, then there was the play, and then the traditional dances, but it was incorporated into 2 hours. So they received it well. Then from there, when the other guys were coming to Zimbabwe, so there were other people that had seen me performing here, like Edwin Southard. Then when they heard I was in the States, then they told me to come to California. So that was 2001. So I went to California. Then I started working with NVIP Records. They were filming a lot of festivals, like Reggae on the River, Sierra Nevada World Music Festival. So most of the time I was backstage, and it exposes me to reggae music. Though I grew up listening to reggae music, then I said to myself. Then I came back. That time I just kept on doing my poetry. But then the reggae seed was already planted in me. So discovered that poetry doesn't have much audience. So I wanted to get into bigger audience. So I said, let me try to make my music, change my music, and then make it into my poetry into music. So I started saying, because most people used to say, your poetry is more like, it's like music when you're performing. So I started performing, but before that, poetry had really done well, you know. I'm just going back to poetry. There's something that just clicked in my mind. 1999, I won an award with the National Arts Council and United Nations. It was a program called Artists Against Poverty campaign. And then from there, Oliver Mtukudzi gave me the award. And so I didn't know that it was only for that they judged my poetry on the what I'd submitted. So when I went there, and I performed. So Oliver Mtukudzi was like, you must come and sing. You are talented. You must do music. You know? So that's really pushed me to do music. So I went back to the States, 2006. 2003, I was playing Bira and doing my poetry it was for a program that was for Zimbabwean Shona Sculpture Arts at Napa Valley, California, in Northern California. So I went there and it was for 3 weeks at the Hotel the exhibition. So it was really, so I went, I performed. So now I kept on getting exposed to big reggae artists, and I met all these big reggae artists, you know, like you name them, the Lucianos before they came to Zimbabwe, Cape Porton, Sizzla, and all of them. I met them on a one-to-one basis, even the Mali family. So all of them, they said, you must go back home and do music. So 2006, I went back again to the States, and now I was really started doing music now seriously. So I went and performed with Tavia Wisdom Jones and this other lady now, she's Belicious, she's now based in UK, but she's from Slovakia. So we had a small group that we had there. Then I told them, now let me just go back home and really make a band from Zimbabwe. But sometimes it's very hard, you know, to really have people who have got the same ideas. Like when you travel, you see a lot of things, and when you come back home, then you find out people, they're not thinking the way you're thinking. So I bought equipment, and which I ended up losing it through some other ways. That's another story for another day. Anyway, I came back, I had a band. That's when 2008, 2010 I had a band. Then I recorded an album, Rasta from the Kalahari, which I was signed by Slim Records in South Africa. It's on iTunes and all platforms. It's a 10-track album. So now I am from there. Now I said I wanted to feel something about Africa and travel, so I went to Botswana, then I went to South Africa, Namibia, just like working with different bands. I've done Design Vibration, I performed Pretoria State Theatre, I performed a lot, you know. Just so now I'm back at home. Now I'm grounded. I'm really working on some good music, and people must be really scared of what's coming.
Quite an interesting journey there.
Yeah.
We're going to take a small break and we're coming back to talk about now what we are working on.
Bless it. Respect.
Being accepted and appreciated internationally, that they will call you several times to perform, to work with them. How has been the appreciation back at home? Do you feel that the industry and the people at home see the value that the foreigners see?
My friends, you know, Zimbabwe is another story. It's hard to penetrate. It's like everything is, I don't know, it's murky, you know. It's like the industry is kind of dead, you know. No matter, it's like you end up choosing to just do your things the way, you know, you think you can do. Because like for you to go to, if you want to go to present your music, it's a process, you know, for your music to play, which is different from other countries. Like right now, I'm working with Chronic One Records, which is a Jamaican label, but they are in New Jersey, California, in the United States. And they saw me on Facebook. Then I did a collaboration with the lady from Los Angeles. Then the lady introduced me to this guy, King Benj I. He's one of the biggest Jamaican reggae artists and a producer. So he approached me, and it was so simple. And we were working, and now he's producing my music there, and everything is right. But here it's like you have to go through a certain channel. If someone doesn't like you, he doesn't look at your work, you know. Because like even the album that Rasta from the Kalahari, I first did it here in Zimbabwe. Then I gave it to radio station, never get any airplay. Then when I took it to South Africa, then they took the songs I even playing on. They were playing on New Generation, that soap. For 3 episodes, they took 3 songs and they were using it. But those kind of things that I know the prophet is not honored in his own land, you know. Sometimes it takes you to travel, and then people, when you start making noise outside, that's like the situation in Zimbabwe right now currently. Like I'm not sure, maybe for other artists it's easy, but it's kind of difficult yeah, for me.
Great. What are you working on right now? You said you're working on a new project. What are we expecting?
Right now I've
live
got
shows.
right now what's happening is there's big things happening. We have got a project that we are doing with Chronic One Records. We're gonna have some Jamaicans coming to Zimbabwe by mid-year. They'll be here in Zimbabwe, and that's when I'm gonna launch my album. And they're bringing some other artists from Ghana, because they're also the guy from Chronic Records is also in the Ghana Reggae and Dancehall Awards that has just been launched. So I'm part of that team. So he's coming to Zimbabwe. So now, like we are busy with my management also, or trying to look for where we can have the show. But we also want to incorporate some Zimbabwean reggae artists also on the show. And musically, like in the studio right now, I've just released the 2 videos, Africa Ozone and She Left Me. It's already on YouTube, and it's already on all platforms, you know, on internet. And I'm also working with NoTube, with Gloria Goliath Songwem, and they've approached me. I've got an album that I finished that is gonna be coming out, and I'm also working right now I've got new music that I'm recording, and I'm gonna feature one artist from Hawaii, Wisdom Chavia Jones, and I'm featuring some other local artists also. So that's what I'm doing currently. So what we're doing basically for Ace for Life shows, I'm gonna be working with Gwebezi. I'm gonna be working with Gwebezi. I had a meeting with them, since now when I came back I didn't have a band, so they said I'll come and I'll work with them. Then when I have shows, they come and support me. When they have shows, you know, we support each other. So that's what we are doing currently. So the shows by end of March, you know, I'll be performing like what I used to do before, Londoners all over Harare. So we are starting here because we are preparing for the big show. So that's why I want Gwebezi also to be part of the band that's gonna play for the Jamaican artists when they come over here. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing currently.
Bless it.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, King. I really appreciate it.
Take them to the ghetto. See they could survive a single night. I said take them to the ghetto. See they could survive a single night. Mama cry, Papa cry, Congo man I cry too. Mama tell you I say every day the fraction gets improper. Poverty become the center of gravity, disintegrating my people into total calamity. Heavy like mercury, the burden on the mind of my people, and I've refused to be kind. Oh, I say, I take them to the ghetto. See they could survive a single night. Mama cry, Papa cry, Congo man I cry too. Yes, now this is Manikongo. Me I say big up to earGROUND. I say, in a me get to Glen-View, respect and much love. Give thanks for life.
Crucifixion, they got a big man to talk, but to listen, they get no ear.